I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are talking about just a few of the books that we are excited about coming out in November of 2021. And I will say, I'm happy with the books I found, but we're entering a publishing doldrum, guys.
Yeah, we are.
So if you watch this video and there's something that we missed that's amazing, let us know, because happy with what I have, but it was hard to find.
Yeah, I agree.
So with those, happy sentiment, so peppy. I'm
because a lot of the ones that I was excited about are re-releases, or they were re-releases, box set kind of stuff. So stuff you would buy for Christmas, but not new stuff.
Which is probably what they're doing. And I think also because of the paper shortage, and I think that we're probably it takes a long time to publish a book, and people probably weren't writing during lockdown because God knows I couldn't. So I spent all that time sitting at home watching Nailed It.
Woohoo!
I love that show.
I do too. I want to be on that show.
I want to be on Nailed It so bad.
I want the hat. Yeah, chef hat.
Maybe if they do teams again, I was going to try to convince my brother to do it with me, but maybe if they do teams again, we'll try.
Okay, because I'm pretty terrible.
Oh, okay, well then maybe not, because I like to win.
I'm perfect for that show.
No. Anyway, so we're gonna just jump into the list. My first book is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. It comes out November 2nd. And Marissa Meyer, I love when she takes a fairy tale and adapts it. I thought Cinder was amazing, the whole Cinder story. Crust has a special place in my heart. This one, Gilded, is the takeoff of Rumpelstiltskin. So it's, the classic tale. The main character, Cyrilda, is the miller's daughter, and she is all bragging about stuff, and she gets told you got to be able to spin straw into gold, and she can't, and things happen. It sounds like Rumpelstiltskin almost might be the romance, which I'm that's different. But I'm excited. I'm always excited because I had read this paper when I was in college about how in most versions of Rumpelstiltskin, the miller's daughter doesn't have an identity beyond being the miller's daughter and then the queen. So I always get super excited when somebody writes her story. And I know she's not real.
But I'm still excited for a new Marissa Meyer. I'm ready for a new world. So that's exciting. My first book is Faith Greater Heights by Julie Murphy. It's the second book in this duology, so it's the last book. It's coming out November 2nd, and it is about Faith, who is going through her senior year and trying to do all of the typical senior year stuff like prom. But she's also a superhero. She's for my first overweight superhero, which makes me super excited for body positivity and such. But basically she saved the world in the last book, but now it seems like things are weird things are happening because Sayat's began disappearing and she doesn't know why. So Faith is to figure out where they're going and find her old arch nemesis to see if she's behind it. So I'm just excited to support Julie Murphy and to support body positive characters. And so I'm excited.
Julie Murphy's dialogue is just fun.
Yeah.
That's simple as it gets. My second book is The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwreck by Mackenzi Lee. This is part of the Montague sibling series. I think this is the last one because this is the last Montague sibling.
Is it actually coming out though? I feel like we've been told it's
been pushed back so many times. At least it feels like it has. I might be wrong. So this book comes out November 16th. So if anybody who read A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, this book is about the goblin. So, so this is about Adrian Montague. He is the youngest of the Montague siblings, but he doesn't know that he has older siblings. And so at his engagement ball, he has a panic attack, and through a series of events, he finds out that Monty and Felicity exist, and he goes to find his siblings. And I think the way it was described, I think he finds Monty first, and then hijinks are going to ensue because it's Monty.
Of course.
So
even though it's older Monty, you would think that maybe Percy beat it out of him.
You
but I
know,
guess
though,
not.
I think like I want to see Percy and Monty together like 15 years later because I just think that they would have like this very settled life, but at the same time, it would still have moments of ridiculousness.
Right. No, that's true. Okay, so my next one is called Going Viral, A Socially Distant Love Story by Cicatelli-Kuc. And this one's coming out November 2nd. And I was like, you know, I want to see how authors are going to navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. Like romance books are going to look completely different with the pandemic going. So I was really interested to see kind of how this is getting navigated. And so basically this one is about Claire, who basically the world gets shut down. She lives in New York and the world gets shut down. She can't see her friends. She can't see her girlfriend. And so her response to the pandemic is to start writing a fictional story. And her fictional story is about the girl who lives across the building. She doesn't know the girl. She doesn't talk to the girl. She's just like writing a fictional love story about her. But then it kind of turns into she doesn't know what's real or imagined any longer. And so her story goes viral and she's just worried about people finding out and you know, where the reality lies. So it sounds really interesting. And like I said, I just want to see how they navigate our world.
And it's interesting because like I feel like some authors, which I understand, like you're writing escapism, and so they're just ignoring it. But then other authors are working it in. And I think that's interesting. I think it's a different take. Because I know like I've changed behaviors because of it. And sometimes I'll be like, oh God, I can't believe I used to do that.
Right.
So I was having a discussion with somebody about potlucks and I'm like, that's really germy. So my last book is an adult romance book called Duke Actually by Jenny Holiday. It comes out November 16th. I enjoy a cheesy royal romance. And this book is about Maximilian von Habsburg, which is such a cheesy romance name. And he's the heir to a dukedom. And through a series of events, his dad's like, you need to get it together and you need to go find an appropriate wife. And so he goes to the United States, and I don't know why, because there's no like we don't really have royalty, but he's trying to find this appropriate wife. And instead he kind of hooks up with Danny Martinez, who he had met briefly somewhere before. She's a no-nonsense professor. And they kind of start a relationship of convenience, but you know, feelings are going to develop and all that good stuff. I don't know. It sounds cute. It sounds like the kind of like movie I would watch over Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I could see this on Passion Flicks. And so
Hallmark.
I like the cover. So yeah.
Okay, so my last one is Roxy by Neal and Jarrod Shusterman, and it's coming out November 9th. So I don't understand the summary of this book. Like I don't get it. Like I don't understand it at all. But it's a Shusterman book, so like I know I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna enjoy it. But basically, so the first part of the summary talks about how they're putting in a highway, and like you live in one of the because of the highway. Then they talk about, then this is the summary. Then in the summary they talk about how there are two kind of opposing gods, and each god, like one god is like Ritalin and the other god is I can't remember the other.
I think it's Oxy. I think it's Ritalin and Oxy,
Yeah.
which is Roxy. Get it?
Yeah, there we go. So the other one is Oxy, and right, they have a bet that they can tempt like the initial Raimi, to, I'm assuming, take their drugs or to fall into the addiction first. But like the thing is, there are two initial Raimis. One is Ivy and the other is her brother. And so the brother is struggling with you know, taking pills after hurting himself, and is not undiagnosed. I think it was undiagnosed ADD. And so she just kind of needs that medicinal help to kind of help with that. And so basically they have to figure out who's going to fall victim to the drug God first. I'm doing a terrible job of it because I don't understand the premise.
It sounds like Lovely War after you took a bunch of mushrooms.
Basically, I don't know. So I'm gonna read it because I want to see if I can make any sense of it, because I couldn't make any sense of the summary. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Right.
I got nothing. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Why are we talking about a highway? And then how are these gods? What are they like? Metaphoric gods? Are they like just like drug runners? What is going on? So if you understand the summary any better than I do, or you read the book before I do, please comment below with what the heck is going on.
And the comments are going to be, I have no idea what you're talking about. This was a football game.
Probably.
And so those are some of the books that we're excited to read in November. If we missed something, like if there's something amazing, let us know.
Yeah.
And add it to the comments, and we'll see you around.
All right. Bye.
Bye.